probably the most boring, obvious, underrated advice that I find that most of my patients get, and probably the advice I give myself the most, is consistency. And I know it, like, yeah, okay, show up, do whatever. Yeah. How freaking hard is that? I was just chatting with a client and we were talking about, she's got a couple of kids, work schedule's changing, the hybrid work schedule's changing. It was 2 days a week, now it's 3 days a week. And she's like, I just feel like I'm all over the place. I'm like, stop, get your grounding. Like, just pick 1 or 2 days that you show up, and like that one day that you go in the morning, and we decided, okay, she's going to go to the gym that day before work because she needs to be showered. And then the day that she's home, she finds that actually she doesn't have as much flexibility because she's running errands and pediatrician visits and appointments and all that kind of stuff, because you would think that day would be easier to get stuff done, but it's not, because it's never work stuff. So with her schedule, we literally just picked 2 days that we were going to start with and be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And because with her, what we realized is the more consistent she was, the more consistent and stable her symptoms were. And again, it's not sexy. It is boring AF. Like, but what I will say about my own kind of return to run, return to workouts, I have 2 mornings a week I go to the gym. It was not always that way. I used to go after drop off from school in the mornings, but like those days were non-negotiable. If somebody wanted to meet during that time, I'm like, nope, sorry. That's the beauty though of 5:30 a.m. No one wants to meet in the morning. And then same thing with the runs. Like I would say during a lot of lockdown, Sundays were my day. The kids were a little bit too young before that, and schedules were too weird. And yes, Sunday's my day, and then also now Fridays are my day, and I try and throw something else in. So I'm slowly building. And it's not going to be, hey, I'm going to have my 7-day-a-week workout schedule or 5-day-a-week workout schedule figured out. Like, you can do this with like return to rehab. I had a new mom come in today, second kid. She already started her return to rehab program, which is great. We tweaked a couple things, and we're like, okay, she's showing up. She's getting used to that with 2 kids. What does that look like? Okay, it's coordination right now in those first few weeks. Like, have a reason to show up and have a goal in what you're trying to accomplish. And sometimes it's just freaking showing up and being told what to do, which I enjoy. Now I don't have to think for myself. So again, it sounds super unsexy, but talk to most people. Talk to people that are doing bigger things later on in their postpartum journey. And it's the consistency that got them there. It was the consistency with the rehab. It was sticking with something instead of like throwing darts at the dartboard and hoping it sticks. I see my dear friend Pursuit Endurance is on there. What's up? And I think, oh, we got a couple people on there. I got a couple people on here. You know what showing up looks like. You know what consistency looks like. That's what gets you to those triathlons and those 50Ks and all that kind of stuff too. So pick one thing. Pick 2 exercises. Pick one morning, whatever that is. Get that mat laid out. You get up, you go to the bathroom, you go straight to the mat, you do the thing. The other thing I think it's so important is it doesn't matter how big or little it is. I'm trying to get back in the meditation bandwagon right now. There's a couple mornings that I can sit for 10 minutes and a couple mornings that I can't. So I do a minute. And again, it's the little stuff, chipping away, consistency, big stuff. Those of you that have been consistent, hop in my DMs. Let me know what kind of got you there. What's been able to, what have you been able to do to help be consistent? And for those of you that are really having a hard time nailing it down, you've got a couple kids, schedule's changing. Spoiler alert, schedule's always going to be changing. Let me know kind of where you could use some guidance and support. Happy to do that. Again, the better you get at figuring out, something's changing, I need to change with it. That way it makes it a lot easier to stick to your rehab plan and so on. And again, my kids are older now, but shoot, as soon as the sports changes, like And it's also getting dark, there's always somebody trying to shoot that stuff down. But anyway, hop my DMs, let me know what you think. Would love to hear your strategies and your questions.